Every year, for the past 5 years, I've been wearing L'instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême on my birthday. It's become quite the tradition. The cocoa and patchouli made me feel quite adult. And when I was 24 years old, that was very intriguing for me. It was older than I actually was, and I thought that was interesting. And I thought, yeah, I want to wear something on my birthday that makes me feel older. Isn't that the whole point of a birthday anyway? You're getting older. It's about accepting the fact that you're getting older. So with L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême, this version, of course the original version, I wanted to smell not just older, but I wanted to smell like the older version of me. Because to me, this was the fragrance that made me think, this is the person I'm going to become. Have I become that person? Well, not quite yet. I don't know. I hope that I haven't been a disappointment to the vision that I saw myself in all those years ago. L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême was released in the year 2005, and it's certainly of its time. The reason being is that you also had fragrances in the same ilk as Dior Homme and Hypnos by Lancôme. These were metrosexual fragrances. These were fragrances that desired to not just be pungent and musky and hardcore and woody. They wanted to show a softer side of masculinity. They wanted to have a little bit more floral elements to it, like this one with patchouli and chocolate. Beatrice Piguet was the perfumier of L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême. She'd also done the original L'Instant de Guerlain, which was an EDT, but this is now an EDP, which added cocoa and a little bit more of a sexier, muskier patchouli. It was incredible, and although it was of its time, it was very, very much of Guerlain's repertoire, something classy, something sophisticated, something very, very old school in a way, something that you could smell and you could tell that it was something that had come out that year in line with all of the other fragrances that I just described, but it was also something old school, something quite sophisticated and vintage. Beatrice Piguet died, passed away in 2010. And that's always sort of bothered me. I always found it paradoxical that every year on the day of my birth, I would wear a creation by somebody who is no longer with us. Because it's not like a film or a painting, it's something that you put on your skin, it's intimate. I'm wearing on my skin the work of somebody who's no longer around. That's haunting to me. I probably have learnt more from doing the fragrance brands, just from doing this, just going out and shooting and doing whatever, than the 2 years that I spent at film school.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I didn't learn anything.
And, I mean, were you offered to do the third year?
Kind of. They were like, come in, sit down. Do you want to do the third year? I was like, I'm not really sure. They're like, well, you haven't got the grades anyway, so.
Okay, so in Edinburgh, Scotland, they have a whiskey menu, like a food menu. So
That's heavy.
There's a lot going on. Yeah. So you have Speyside, Highland, Ela, Lowland, and with Lowland, even though Edinburgh feels as though it's like in the middle of the north, it's not. We've got things like, we've got whiskies that cost up to £20-30 for a shot. Have you ever drank a £20 whiskey?
No.
£20, I'm talking for one shot.
No. Definitely not.
Definitely not, okay. Would you like to?
Yes. We're in Edinburgh.
Let's do it. Let's have a £20 whiskey. This better be the best whiskey. Best whiskey.
It better be, yeah.
Best whiskey we've ever had in our life. What film? Okay. So, yes, the Macallan 18-year-old Sherry Oak, which has all of these lovely ingredients.
Yep.
And is... Can you confirm it's actually £20 and 5p a shot?
Yeah, sure. I'll just go and check.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Right, well, we'll have 2 of those, please. According to this menu, the Macallan 18-year-old Sherry Oak has got fresh apple, red rope licorice, toasted oak, and general Christmas aromas. Mature and well oaked, with sweetness of juicy Oloroso coming through at every stage. To finish, spicy nutmeg, lasting clove, and chocolate raisins. Megan, we're about to have a £20 whiskey. How do you feel?
Expensive.
£20 whiskey.
Here we go.
Okay. Slowly go.
Whoa.
Wow. Bloody hell, it's still going. Why you down there this time? Bloody hell, you're learning too much. Smooth. Super smooth. Woody. Tasty. Worth every bit. Let's not do that again. Okay, Megan. It's time for the steps of death.
Why did you bring me here?
Okay. Brace you. Why you stop it? Oh my god, I didn't mean it. Okay. This thing has been here. These steps have been here about 700 years, and they still haven't got a freaking lift yet in place.
Are we like... No, time travelers or something?
Yeah.
You've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, we're time travellers. It's incredible, isn't it? It is like, it's mostly Georgian, but it is like, because this poor lady here, she grew up in Eastbourne, and you don't really have much.
Anything.
But luckily, I rescued this woman from the literal gutter of Eastbourne, and I brought her with me to Edinburgh. The presentation of the original instant Guerlain Eau is completely iconic. The black rimmed bottle with the little ribbed thing here and the cap. It was a very, very iconic bottle back in the day, back in 2005 especially. When it was released, it was mature, it was quite masculine, it was sophisticated, it was classy. This goes perfectly well with this whiskey glass and the surroundings of the Belhaven Hotel, which is a 5-star establishment. This bottle completely goes with the decor, goes with the vibe. It's that good, it's that classy. I don't mind the new bottle, but I wish that they hadn't changed it, because this was truly something iconic. This gets a 5 out of 5, this particular bottle, and even the one that came directly after it when it had the clear rim. However, the new fragrances, they're fine, they're Guerlain standardised bottles, but they're not really. I mean, if they had come out originally like that, then maybe it would be a different story. But following something like this, they're getting a 3 out of 5 from me. But this one right here, if you're lucky enough to find this bottle, or the bottle that was immediately preceding after it, then sure, that's a 5 out of 5. The scent of L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême. Often duplicated, actually. It's a very cheesy saying, often duplicated, never completely perfected. Pardon by Nasamato. Cocorico by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Good attempt. Pardon, definitely the better attempt. But L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême was the better fragrance. This was completely iconic in its time. What do I get from the scent? Well, I get, in a word, maturity. That's what really intrigued me. Durhomme, one of my favourite fragrances of all time, it sort of did that for me, but it wasn't worldly wise, and that's something that I would definitely say that this fragrance is. It has a worldly wise element to it. There's a bit of melancholy, there's a bit of sadness. I wonder who this person was. I smell a few bad decisions, but ultimately there's experience, and there's an acceptance of those bad decisions. There's an acceptance of the things that the person did wrong. This isn't just a fragrance to me. This is a legacy. This is a tradition every year. It's the significance of the fact that I'm getting older. When I smell this, I smell when I was 24, when I was 25, 26, 27, now 28. Don't get me wrong, if you're wondering, if you're just looking for a plain fragrance review, the new fragrance is lovely. It's brighter, it's zestier, doesn't have the dark cacao that this one has, but it's lovely all the same, and I still get the same vibe. But for me, this became more than just a fragrance. It became a benchmark. It became a tradition. The scent may have changed with L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême, but luckily the performance hasn't really. The projection longevity have always been consistently a 4 out of 5. Forward scent cloud, people can definitely smell you, people know what you're wearing. And as for longevity, it's about 8 to 10 hours on average, which is pretty good. And it works actually very well in the cold. So yeah, performance is wonderful, fabulous. I'd say overall, a perfect designer performance, a 4 out of 5. What do you think?
It's just beautiful.
It's not bad, is it? Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
We think it's going to last forever. But it won't. I remember getting off the coach right here, and coming off of it, it was twilight, and I saw that, and I saw the Balmoral Hotel, and I saw the lights, and I saw the buildings stacked upon one another. And I've been to many places around the world, but for the first time I thought, I'm home. I could live here. But as soon as that went through my mind, a second thought went through my mind, which I was eerily comfortable with, and that was, I would be prepared to die here. I felt so connected with it, so at home, it felt inevitable. One day, this fragrance will run out, but one day, all of us will run out. And it's a tricky thought to wrestle with. The fact that one day, our time will come to an end. And all of the beautiful memories and the beautiful experiences and the smiles of the ones that you loved, the connection, the love, the pain, the suffering, the joy, the happiness, all of it will run out. So what do we do? One day I will reach a birthday where I can't spray this anymore. And one day I won't reach a birthday. What to do with that sort of information? How do you wrap your head around that? I guess the best way is to realize we're going to die, and that makes us the lucky ones, because we have a chance to live. If we take away our ego and the little story that we have of, oh, I'm not good enough, and I'm not good enough for this, and I'm not good enough for that, and all of that rubbish that we tell ourselves on a constant basis, if we just get rid of that and decide to live, then the day that we die will be all right. Because the day that you die is just one day. You shouldn't worry about that. It's all the other days that you decided to not grab life and live it to the fullest. Another year, another spray. Six out of 5, in case you were wondering. What's the rating of your life going to be on the day that it ends? Do me a favour. Go out and live.